Our fourth match of the evening, because we like to go with continuity, fourth match of the evening, was a fatal four-way. I think somebody planned that, Anyway, the four-way match featured what would be kind of quasi a new talent initiative, featuring a man named Bobby Rios. Now, Bobby Rios has actually previously appeared for us once at the show at the beginning of the end, but, well, it's so far back and most of your potheads, it's like a whole new person to you, huh? Don't look at me like that. I know you're a fucking pothead. You're watching this shit on the internet. What the fuck else could you be doing besides ripping a bong? Anyway, back on topic. Bobby Rios took on SoCal mainstays Charles Mercury, Marcus Riot, and Malachi Jackson in a match that would determine the order of entrance into the Battle Royale later that evening. Now, the stipulation being the first guy out goes first in the Battle Royale, the second guy to be pinned goes in 5th, the third guy out goes in 10, and the winner gets the coveted number 15 spot. So you can tell, obviously, people were getting their hustle on to get a good position in the Battle Royale later. Now, after back and forth action, the first elimination of the match was Bobby Rios when Charles Mercury came off the top rope and planted a pair of knees across poor Mr. Rios' head. I mean, Jesus, if anyone could kick out of that, I'd give you a fucking $1. But obviously, Mr. Rios couldn't kick out because, as I said, it was a pair of knees to the back of the head. Were you fucking Superman? Are you going to get up from that? Eliminated second from the match was Charles Mercury when Malachi Jackson hit his picture-perfect and always sweet to watch shooting star press. Now, instead of going to the locker room like a normal person would, Charles simply rolled out the ring. And if life has taught me anything, and, well, life has taught me a couple things, and I pay attention to SoCal wrestling, so, you know, when you play two and two together, you learn stuff. Charles Mercury and Marcus Riot formed Team Amazing. So, if Charles is out there and Marcus is still in the match, you know shenanigans is going to happen. So, of course, when Malachi went up to the top rope to put away Marcus with a second shooting star press, Charles Mercury had flashbacks to his own elimination and gave Malachi an ever so kind shove, which allowed Marcus to pop up and hit a diamond cutter. Yes, it's still a diamond cutter, not an RKO, referred to earlier. Anyway, Marcus gets the pin and the win. Malachi Jackson is now number 10 into the Battle Royale. Marcus Riot is number 15 into the Battle Royale. Now, historically, number 15 means you go in last, which means you're the freshest guy in there. Obviously, dramatically increasing Marcus's odds of winning the title. Did he? Well, you gotta pay attention for more of my review, because, you know, that's how we get you. We throw a hook out there, you bite the bait, and I reel you in, you sons of bitches. Coming back from intermission, we had a word from your IWL champion, Doom. Doom came out to address the crowd, first off apologizing for not being able to work the show due to injury, and secondly addressing his rather, slightly underhanded methods against LTP at the previous show. Now, if you had seen the video to catch a heel, yeah, I think that's what it's called. I don't know. And honestly, folks, I don't know if I ever covered the subject. I smoke a lot of fucking pot. So, my memory, like, in and out all the time. Anyway, back on topic. Sorry. Anyway, he comes out, apologizes for not working, apologizes for being an asshole, which, well, you know, you never see the wrestling, so it's actually a nice change of pace, which in turn brings out Jimmy Quinn. What's Jimmy Quinn doing out here, you ask? Well, I actually remember this because I stopped smoking long enough to do a little research. At the previous show, Jimmy Quinn had called out Vic to have a unification match. So Quinn came out and demanded Vic's presence. Well, when you demand Vic's presence at his own show, usually it works, and of course, it works. So Vic comes out, and they're all staying there in the ring, and it almost kind of looked like they're going to start blowing each other or something, but that's just my artistic interpretation. Anyway, excuse me. They start talking, and Vic goes, you know, Jimmy, the idea wasn't too popular. In fact, the general consensus was it was like a fart at the Thanksgiving table, to be exact. I mean, you know, like seriously, it was bad. In case you weren't there, you could hear the ticket guy screaming bloody murder across the fucking venue. When the ticket guy's mad, you know you fucked up. Anyway, back on topic. Vic, hearing the screams of despair from the crowd, decided, no, Jimmy, I'm not going to work with you. I'm going to respect the IWL fans for the first time ever. I will accept their input. And, well, Jimmy took that like when you put a fat kid in diet camp. He lost his fucking mind. Started screaming, "You'll regret this! I'll eat IWL for breakfast! I ran a show with 3,000 people!" And all we could say was, shit, he's right. That is a lot of people. And they pointed out the fact that all IWL shows combined haven't had 3,000 people. And to that I say, well, yeah? Fuck you, you didn't have me, so we win, asshole. Listen, 3,000 people is a lot of people, but if you don't have Tony Graziano, you don't have shit, let's be honest. I'm the meat and potatoes. I am the Italian sausage in your fucking pink taco of love. I am what makes the world go round. I'm the man! Hey, no arguments. Fuck yeah, I am the man. Anyway, back on topic. So Quinn, as I said, says he'll regret this. I'm not going to take this lying down. And, well, his guy is Cawthorn, so at a certain point, I'm pretty sure Cawthorn's going to hit somebody. So I ran away. But the point being is, eventually, I'm sure Quinn will come back with Cawthorn and screw up our day, and Doom decide to watch the Battle Royale to see who he has to fight, because, well, shit, that's just a good idea, doing research on an opponent. So Doom, props to you. You get the gold star for being a fraction smarter than I thought you were. And Doom, God knows I love you, that's why I make those jokes. You fucking faggot. Now, the main event of the evening, the thing that the crowd was screaming for 3 matches in, I had to tell them, shut the fuck up and be patient. The Sicko Sircus 15-man Battle Royale for #1 contendership to the IWL title. Because that's a friggin' mouthful. I can't believe I got that on my first try. Anyway, now our #1 entrant was initially supposed to be Bobby Rios, but as previously mentioned, after suffering the dual knees to the head, unfortunately had a concussion and obviously needed to take care of that. But since it's New Talent Initiative Day, we're swimming up to our eyeballs in talent. And Vic goes backstage and screams, "Anybody? Does anyone have wrestling pants on?" And there's a guy, Mr. Impact, that comes running up and rips off his snappy pants and goes, "Vic, I'm your man. Let me in that Battle Royale." And that son of a bitch ran out the door and into the ring. Greatest entrance I've ever fucking seen. It was amazing. But along with Mr. Impact, you had several other talent come in. A big man named Primal that, well, I'm not going to make any jokes because if you saw him, you would understand why. You had a huge guy named Sam Knight, who was a big, like, sort of Bobby Lashley looking dude. Very, very dope. You had a guy that looked like if Napoleon Dynamite and Where's Waldo had sex and popped out a pro wrestler. It sounds funny, but that guy was actually the shit. And last, but certainly not least, you had a guy named Joke. And the only way I can think to describe it is, you know the little fucking vending machines you see at the donut shop at the Homie series? He looked like one of those things. Man, I hope he doesn't find me and kick my ass for that joke. But anyway, those guys were excellent. And of course you have your standard talents from the previous 4-way match. You had Malachi Jackson. You had Charles Mercury, who, by the way, got eliminated 3 separate times in what turned into an incredibly funny series of him being eliminated, sliding back in, and getting promptly eliminated again, which actually got really funny and out of hand. Excuse me. And his partner Marcus Wright, who came in number 15. You also had Chris Evans, whose hand was miraculously healed. Well, actually, no. Not really healed so much as he came in like number 6, but didn't hit the ring for a while until fellow Fifth Reich member and Jimmy Quinn Heavy, Cawthorn, showed up. And it looked like a bromance, and they ran in the ring and started stomping on people. Along with all those characters, you had DC looking for revenge on Cawthorn, and several other people, including Ruben Iglesias, Tank Alvarado, and I'm sure a couple other people that I can't remember.
Even the referee. I saw the referee even get into it.
You're right. Frankie Strutter. How could I possibly forget? One of my favorite people in the IWL. IWL usual senior referee Frankie Strutter made his in-ring debut wearing those tiny, tiny pants as usual, which... Man, I love the guy, but seriously, dude, like, baggy shorts. I'm begging you, baggy shorts, brother. I'll buy them for you, for Christ's sakes. Baggy shorts. Anyway, excellent, excellent match. Oh, you got bodies flying everywhere. People going out left, people going out right, people going out by the frickin' seat of their pants, people going out landing on their head. Bringing us to our final 4. Malachi Jackson versus DC versus Marcus Riot versus Cast Iron Cawthorn.